When they occur, earthquakes often damage buildings, because when the ground moves suddenly, that motion sends energy into anything built on top of it. Some buildings crack or collapse during earthquakes, but others bend, sway, and stay standing. So, what makes the difference? Today, you're going to explore this question as you take on the role of a structural engineer. Your challenge is to design and test a model tower that can resist shaking without tipping over or collapsing. Let's start by taking a closer look at how engineers approach challenges like this. Engineers do not start building right away. They start with thinking. For today's lab, you will use a method called the engineering design process to guide your thinking. It's a step-by-step method that can be used to solve problems. Step 1 is to identify the problem. Your goal in this lab is clear. Design a tall tower out of everyday materials that resists shaking. But what counts as success? Well, the tower should stay standing after 10 seconds. Real earthquake tremors can do a lot of damage in that amount of time. Now, let's think like engineers. When designing buildings to resist earthquakes, structural engineers must consider many factors. For this challenge, we are going to focus on 3 key design choices: the materials used to build the structure, the way those materials are connected at the joints, and the overall design of the structure. Each of these decisions affects how energy moves through a building during an earthquake. Choice number 1, building materials. As you design your tower, you'll need to decide, am I building with popsicle sticks, straws, or dried spaghetti? Each choice has pros and cons. Rigid materials are strong but do not bend easily. More flexible materials may not be as strong, but they can bend without breaking to absorb energy during shaking. Strength or flexibility? It's a tricky balance. Choice number 2, joint design. This determines how your building materials are connected. Joints are often the first places where movement happens during an earthquake. Engineers carefully choose joint designs to control how forces move through a structure. There are several common joint designs that you could try, depending on your materials. Whether materials overlap, butt against each other, or slip into each other will impact stability and flexibility. The material used at the joint also matters. For our towers, using something like rubber bands could create flexible joints that can stretch, whereas using tape would create more rigid joints that limit movement. And using marshmallows could create compressible joints that squish and absorb energy. All of these are options. Choice number 3, overall design. This includes the shape of the structure and the size of its base. A wider base helps prevent a structure from tipping over during shaking. Narrow bases make tall structures less stable. In terms of shape, triangles are often stronger than squares because they resist bending and keep their shape under stress. Squares can collapse into different shapes unless they are reinforced. As you plan your tower, you'll need to think about how your base size and shape work together with your materials and joints to help your structures stay standing. Take a minute to brainstorm a design and think about what materials you want to try to use to build your tower. But before you continue with the lab, read over the safety information, materials, and lab procedure in your interactive lab notes with a trusted adult. Make sure you have their permission and all the required materials before continuing. Now that we have a design idea and some materials to work with, it's time to build a prototype. A prototype is just an early version of your design. It's something you can build, test, and improve later. Engineers build prototypes to see how well their ideas work in real conditions. I decided to make my tower out of spaghetti and marshmallows. This is a more flexible material, but it's fragile, so I'll need to be careful when building. Because of that, I'm going to go ahead and build on my baking sheet so I don't have to move it later. And since full-length spaghetti may not have enough strength to withstand shaking without a lot of support, I'm breaking my pieces in half. I'll start by building my base. I'll connect pieces of spaghetti with marshmallows until I have a finished square. Next, I build upward by adding vertical supports at each corner and connecting each piece using marshmallows. I create diagonal supports out of longer pieces of spaghetti to form triangles along the sides. Triangles help prevent the structure from bending and collapsing during shaking. As I build higher, I add horizontal pieces to create levels or floors. Each level helps connect the vertical supports and share forces throughout the structure. While building, I had to check often to make sure the tower stayed balanced and straight, and I made adjustments as needed. But now that I'm finished, my prototype is ready to be tested. Pause the video here to build your own prototype out of whatever materials you selected. You can copy my design or use your own. Come back when you've finished building. Now it's time to test your prototype and see how well your design performs. By building your tower on the baking sheet, you can simulate an earthquake by moving the tray. This allows you to shake the ground underneath the structure without pushing directly on the tower. Gently shake the pan side to side for about 10 seconds. Try to keep the shaking consistent, similar to how the ground might move during an earthquake. As you test your tower, observe what happens. After the shaking stops, check whether your tower is still standing. This will help you determine whether your design met the success criteria. Pause the video here to test your own prototype. When you're finished, come back so we can evaluate how your design performed. Whether your tower stood or collapsed, you're not done yet. Engineers use the observations from testing their prototype to improve their design. Think carefully about what you saw when testing your structure. Were there weak points? Did it collapse? Could you go taller? Take this information to redesign your structure. You might choose to change the materials you used, such as switching from spaghetti to straws or popsicle sticks. Or you could redesign your joints by using different connectors, like rubber bands, tape, or marshmallows. Or maybe you need to adjust the overall design or add more support where the structure bent or collapsed. After making changes, rebuild your tower and test it again. Your challenge is to see how tall you can build your tower while still resisting shaking. Any redesign is an opportunity to improve your structure. Keep testing, keep improving, and see how far you can push your design. When you're done improving your tower, you're ready for the final step of the process. Tell someone about your build and what you learned. Sharing ideas is an essential part of both science and engineering.
Hey, hey.